Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar session. The speaker of today's session is Mrs. E. Purnima, PGT Mathematics, TSMS Valigonda, Yadadri District. Madam has already started the integrations chapter and we have already completed 3 lessons in this integration chapter. This is the lesson 4 in integration. Children, you might have learned and gone through the videos as this is the most important chapter in Mathematics 2B. Just recall your memory and try to remember the formulas given in this chapter. Also the ILATE principle. We have mentioned very clearly ILATE is nothing but the rule which you have to follow during the integration by parts. So the lesson 4 of this integration chapter is a continuation of lesson 3 which will be continued by Purnima madam. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, children. Good morning, my coordinator Joshi ma'am and the whole webinar team. Good morning, everyone. Let us move into our topic, children, without any delay. In the last session of our integration chapter, we have discussed about a few formulae and a few methods, and very important rule that is UV method, that is a product rule. Okay, so let us recollect what have we learned in the last session, children. So let us see once again what have we learned in the last session. We have learned about integrals of algebraic functions of special forms. In special forms, we have seen, children. And second one is integration by parts, which is nothing but the product rule. Okay. So, and what is the formula of a product rule and all we discussed. And the integration of exponential, logarithmic, trigonometric, algebraic, and inverse trigonometric functions. So, if such kind of functions are given, how to integrate those kind of functions when given in parts, that is when given in the product form, how to integrate them, we have discussed. Okay. So let us see it in detail again. And what else we have learned, children? Integration by parts. What is integration by parts? If u and v are any two real valued differentiable functions on I, then integral u into v dx means why I am writing here dx, because here u and v I am considering as functions in x, children. So which is given as u into integral v dx minus integral of u dash into integral of v dx plus c. Okay, so this is the formula for the product in when the functions are in the product form. Clear, children? So do you remember the class? Yes. Next one, what have we learned? For a given differentiable function of f on I, integral of e to the power of x into f of x plus f dash x dx means if any such kind of function is there where e power x into the term which is inside the bracket is one term is the derivative of the other term, then we can write it as e power x into f of x plus c. We can directly use this as a formula. Okay, next one is what, children? Here another important rule we have learned, which is to identify u and v functions in integration by parts. How to identify them? Using the word that is ILATE. Already we have discussed in the last session ILATE, where I stands for inverse trigonometric function, L stands for logarithmic function, A stands for algebraic function, T stands for trigonometric function, E stands for exponential function. Clear, children? So these are the terms. Using these terms, whichever comes first in our given product function, according to that we have to consider the u and v. Clear? Next. So now here in today's session, what we are going to learn or what we are going to see, let us see here, children. First thing, what you are going to see, integrals of algebraic functions of special type. Means special type is nothing but in the last session what I have discussed, few more important sums are there, those we are going to see. And second one, what you are going to see, integration of the functions of the form integral 1 by ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Okay, if the given integral is of this form, 1 by ax square plus bx plus c into dx, how to integrate those that kind of function we are going to see. And next, what you are going to see, integration of the functions of the form integral 1 by under root of ax square plus bx plus c into dx. And another one is what? Integration of the functions of the form under root ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Means here these are, if you observe here under root of ax square plus bx plus c term is in the denominator, children, whereas in this integral it is in the numerator only. So if such kind of functions are there, how to find out them, how to solve them, we are going to see. Clear, children? So now here let us see how to solve those kind of sums. Clear? Now in the first one, let us see here integrals of the algebraic functions of special type. Okay, so let us see the first question for today's session, children. Evaluate integral e to the power of root x into dx on 0 comma infinity, open interval 0 comma infinity. So what is the first question, children? Evaluate integral e to the power of root x. So for this kind of sum, how to solve? Let us see, children. So what is our question, children, here? Integral of e to the power of root x dx. This is our question. Clear? Okay. So integral of e to the power of root x dx. This is our question. So how to solve this kind of question? How to solve this kind of sum? Let us see. Okay. So now here in this one, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to assume let root x is equals to t. What I am taking? Root x is equals to t. Now here if root x is equals to t, then what x becomes now? X is equals to what? X is nothing but t square. Because we are squaring on both sides. So then what happens? X is equals to t square. Now here what we do, children? It is differentiating. We differentiate on both sides. Differentiating on both sides. What we get, children? If we differentiate x, what we get? X, the derivative of x is 1, no? So 1 into dx is dx is equal to differentiation of t square is 2t into dt. Clear? Now dx is equals to 2t into dt we got. Now what is our question here? Integral of e to the power of root x into dx is equal to integral of e to the power of root x is what? Well, what you have assumed root x? Root x is nothing but t. So in place of root x, I am taking t into dx. Here we have dx. dx is what here? 2t into dt. So in place of dx, I am taking 2t into dt. Is it clear, children? Now, what we are doing here? Now our question has become now, if you observe the term, there is a constant 2. So we can write the 2 outside. Integral of 2 into integral of e power t into t. So, but if we observe the terms, e power t is an exponential function and t is an algebraic function. Yes or not? As how we have x. In place of x, here we have t only. So that means what? In the isolate, in the term isolate, if you see here in the term isolate, which function is coming first? Algebraic function is coming first, and exponential is coming next. Yes or not? So that means what? Algebraic function should be taken as u, and exponential function should be taken as v. Now here, which is a u now here? It is t. So we write it as, just I'm rearranging the order here, t into e to the power of t. Clear, children? So this is the first function, and this is the second function. Clear, children? Now this is the first function. Now let us see here. So what was our question here, children? 2 into t into e to the power of t. This was our function. Yes or not? So what to do here? It is now I'm considering this t as u function and this e power t as v function. So let us again write the product rule here, that is by parts. U into v dx is equals to what? U into integral v minus integral u dash into integral v whole whatever may be the variable. If it is in terms of x, we do here dx. If it is t, we do dt. Clear, children? So now here let us do our sum here by applying this formula. 2 into t into e to the power of t dt is equal to 2 into, this 2 is common for the whole term, u. What is u here? T. T into integral v. V is what? E to the power of t dt minus integral u dash is there. U dash means what? D by dt of t. Okay. Into integral e to the power of t dt. Again, whole dt should be there, no? Here, whole dt. Clear, children? Now, which is equal to 2 into t into integral of e to the power of t is e to the power of t minus integral d by dt of t is what? 1 into integral of e to the power of t is e to the power of t dt. Clear? Now, let us close the bracket here. This is equal to 2 into t into e to the power of t minus 1 into e power t is e power t only. As integral of e power t is what? It is e power t. Clear? Here the integration is done. So we write here plus c. So which is equal to 2 into e power t can be taken common. Okay. So t minus 1 plus c. But our question is in terms of x. Yes or not? So let us replace x here. 2 into e to the power of, what is t? What have assumed t? Root x is taken as t. So e to the power 2 into e to the power of root x into root x minus 1 plus c. So this is your solution. Clear, children? Understood how to solve such kind of sums? Means actually if you observe the question, what was our question, children? I'll write the question again here, children, only for your understanding. E to the power of root x was our question. Okay, so here I'll write better. E to the power of root x dx. Therefore, okay, so this was our question. But if you observe the question here, there is no product form here. Yes or no? There is no product form. Only simply only one term is there, that is e to the power of root x. But whereas here after substituting or after considering root x as t, we have got a u into v form here. That is t into e to the power of t we got. So later we apply the u into v method. That is u into v formula, and we have simplified the question, simplified the sum, and we have reached to the answer. Clear, children? Understood the sum? So let us see the next one. These kind of sums are very, very important, children. This comes only with the practice. The more you practice, you can do it better. So let us see the second question. So what is the second question, children? Evaluate. What is here? Evaluate tan inverse of 1 minus x by 1 plus x into dx on minus 1 comma 1. So what is the question here? Evaluate integral of tan inverse of under root of 1 minus x by 1 plus x. So if you observe here, this is a very, very important sum, children. I can put a star here. I can put a star because it is a very, very important sum. So what is the solution here? Integral of our question is integral of tan inverse of under root of 1 minus x by 1 plus x is there. Okay. So where you cannot directly, we don't have a formula, isn't it? So then what can I do here? So first of all, I'm trying to make the sum simple. Means by seeing the question, it is little complicated, little complex. Yes. So let us try to make the sum simple. So how can you make the sum simple? Let us see here. How can you do? I'm assuming, I'm taking here that x is equals to, I'm substituting some cos theta. I'm taking some x is equals to cos theta. Why I'm taking cos theta? You'll understand it further. Okay. Little after 2-3 steps, you can understand why I'm taking as cos theta. Let x is equals to cos theta. So then what happens, children? If x is equals to cos theta, if you differentiate from here, what is theta, children? If x is equals to cos theta, theta will be equal to what? This cos will go other side, becomes what? Cos inverse. It is nothing but cos inverse of x. Why I am writing here means in the last step of our answer, we'll get the solution in terms of theta. But our question is in terms of x, no? That means the theta again should be replaced back to x only. So that's why here I'm writing what is theta value. Theta is equal to cos inverse of x. It means in the last step of our solution, this theta should be replaced with cos inverse of x. Is it clear? Okay. So now what is our assumption? Let x is equals to cos theta. Now what I am doing is I'm differentiating. I am differentiating on both sides. Differentiating on See children, this step is used, theta is equal to cos inverse of x is useful, is used only in the last step. Okay, we are nowhere using in the middle of our solution. Okay, let x is equals to cos theta. So we are differentiating on both sides. Then what happens? Differentiation of x is 1. That is 1 into dx is equal to cos theta. Different derivative of cos theta is what? Minus sin theta. Minus sin theta into d theta. So let us substitute here in our question. What is our actual given sum? Integral of tan inverse of under root 1 minus x by 1 plus x, okay, dx. This is our sum, which is equal to integral of tan inverse of under root 1 minus x. What is x value? It is cos theta by 1 plus cos theta, okay, into dx. What is dx here? What did we get here? Minus sin theta into d theta. It is minus sin theta. I'm putting in bracket, children, to make it clear. Okay, it into d theta, which is equal to this minus sign I can write outside. Minus of integral tan inverse of under root. What is 1 minus cos theta? It is nothing but 2 sin square theta by 2. Do you remember half angles, children? The first year you have learned it, no? 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square theta by 2. From where we get this? From where we got this one? 1 minus cos theta is equals to 2 sin square theta by 2. From where we got? It is from the cos 2 theta formula. Do you remember? 1 minus cos 2 theta is equals to 2 sin square theta we have. Yes, but here because in place of 2 theta we have theta only. So that because here the angle is half, here also we get the half angle. That is 2 sin square theta by 2. Here also similarly 1 plus cos 2 theta is equals to 2 cos square theta. But here we have, since we have theta, here we are getting theta by 2. Clear? So which is 2 and 2 are cancelled, which is equals to minus integral tan inverse of under root sin square theta by 2 by cos square theta by 2 means what? Tan square theta by 2 into sin theta d theta. Clear, children? So here the square and square root is cancelled. Yes. So what we get here? Minus of tan inverse of root is cancelled. Now what is left? Tan inverse of tan theta by 2 is left. Clear? So which is equal to minus is written outside tan inverse of tan theta by 2 into sin theta d theta. This is left. Okay. Now tan inverse of tan is what? Tan inverse of tan is cancelled. What is left? Theta by 2 is left into sin theta d theta. Clear? So here theta by 2 is nothing but what? Theta into 1 by 2. Yes or not? So that 1 by 2 can be written outside as a constant. So minus 1 by 2 into integral theta into sin theta d theta. Now if you observe the function here, children, it is here we have two functions which are in the product form. That is theta into sin theta. Yes. So theta is nothing but what? Algebraic function. And sin theta is nothing but what? Trigonometric function. Again, let us see the highlight. Which comes first? Algebraic comes first and trigonometric function comes next. Okay. So that means what here? Algebraic function is your theta. So this is taken as u, and the trigonometric function is sin theta, which is taken as v. Clear? Again, UV method. U into v is equal to u into v dx is equal to u into integral v minus integral u dash into integral v dx whole dx. Is it clear, children? So now let us apply the formula here. Is equal to minus 1 by 2 is common for the entire this term. Minus 1 by 2 is taken outside into u into integral v. That is theta into integral sin theta d theta. Clear? So here function is, here the variable is theta, children. That's why I'm writing here d theta minus integral d by d theta of theta into integral sin theta d theta whole theta d theta. Clear? Now let us close the bracket. This minus 1 by 2 is common for the entire step, which is equals to minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 into theta into integral of sine theta is what? Minus cos theta. Yes, integral of sine theta is minus cos theta minus integral of d theta by d theta is 1 into minus cos theta d theta. Okay, which is equal to minus 1 by 2 into minus theta into cos theta, minus into minus is plus integral cos theta d theta. Okay, so this implies which is equal to minus into minus is plus. Okay, this is the positive term, and minus into plus is minus. Clear, children? So minus 1 by 2 into minus theta into cos theta. Here integral of cos theta is what? Integral of cos theta is sin theta. Yes, sin theta d theta. Sorry, here theta is not there, children. Let me erase that. Okay, so it is here because the integration is done, we can put plus c. Clear? So now minus into minus is what? Plus. And plus into minus is minus. So this term comes first and this term comes next. Now here, so what is that? What is the term we are getting? Theta by 2 half into theta cos theta. I'm sending that minus inside. Okay, half into theta cos theta minus theta cos theta minus what we got, children? What we got here? Minus is sending inside, so minus sin theta is left. Okay, minus sin theta plus c. Clear? Now half into theta cos theta minus sin theta is there. Now here what to do here? Our answer is done. Means we got the solution. But here theta should be replaced back to x. So what is theta value? Theta in the first step itself I told you. Theta is equal to what? X is equal to cos theta means theta is equal to cos inverse of x. Yes or not? So half into here theta, in place of theta we can write cos inverse of x. Clear? Into cos inverse of x. Okay, minus sin theta. So here what I am doing, instead of substituting theta in place of theta, instead of substituting like sin of cos inverse of x. Yes, theta value is not what? Cos inverse of x only, no? So usually we because here we replaced in place of theta cos inverse of x. So here also I should replace sin of cos inverse of x. But instead of this, what I am doing is, see here just I write here just a small thing I write here. What is the relation between sin and cos? Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Isn't it? Since sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, what is sin theta? Sin theta is equal to under root of 1 minus cos square theta. Yes or not? So that means what here? So instead of writing this, children, what I am trying to do is, okay, so see here what I am trying to do. See here I am trying to do is, here what is sin theta value? Under root of 1 minus cos square theta. Yes, so here I can write it as under root of 1 minus cos square theta. What is cos theta? Cos theta is nothing but x. No, in place of cos square theta I can write x square. Isn't it understood, children? Plus c. So which is equal to half into cos inverse of x into cos of cos inverse of x. Cos of cos inverse is what? They are cancelled. What is left? X is left. So I can write that x first. X into cos inverse of x minus under root 1 minus x square plus c. Understood, children? So this is your solution. Is it clear? So like that means here why I have substituted sin theta is equal to under root of 1 minus x square. How you got that understood? Because of this formula, because of this trigonometric identity, the relation between sin and cos. Clear, children? I hope you understood it. So now here let us see here. 1 second, children. See the next important topic here. We are going to see few more important kind of sums. That is evaluation of the integrals of the form. Evaluation of the integrals of the form. Integral 1 by ax square plus bx plus c. Suppose if any function is there of this form, then how can you do that? How can you solve that? Where a, b, c are the real numbers. Means there can be any real number they can have. They can be, okay. So a is not equal to 0, because here if a becomes 0, then this term, this ax square term gets vanished. So only bx plus c will be left. That is nothing but our linear term it will be. It is not considered as a quadratic. So that's why here a should not be equal to 0. Clear? So if any sum is there of any integral or any function is there of such form, then how can you solve that? Let us see here. What is the working rule for that kind of sum? Let us see. Now here, if any function is there in this form, we have to reduce the term, the quadratic term ax square plus bx plus c to the form a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta, and then integrate. Clear? And then integrate. So what do you do here? Reduce ax square plus bx plus c to the form a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta. So what is this alpha and beta? You will come to know in the sums, children. Clear? So how to reduce that into that form? You'll come to know in the sums. So now here we are then integrating using the substitution that x plus alpha is equals to t. Means wherever you are getting this x plus alpha, that we are considering as t. Clear? Understood? I hope you understood it. Let us see here. Okay, so let me see here, children. Let us see the sum. So let us see the sum, one more sum, children, which is based on the form 1 by ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Okay, so what is the question here? Evaluate integral 1 by 3x square plus x plus 1 into dx. Clear? So now here, if you observe the function here, 3x square plus x plus 1 into dx is there, 1 by. Okay, so for such kind of sum, what is what to do here, children? Let us see here. Let me change the color, children. So here it is 1 by. Here always remember, for such kind of sums, the coefficient of x square should be always 1. Okay, but here what do we have? Here we have 3. So let us take the 3 common. Clear? So always remember, children, remember this point. X square coefficient should be always 1 only. So here a 3 I am taking common. So what we get here? X square plus x by 3. Because I am taking 3 common, here we get it in the denominator. Plus 1 by 3 into dx. Clear? Now, the step that 1 by 3 is a constant which comes outside. Yes, isn't it? So 1 by x square plus, here what is left? X by 3 plus 1 by 3 into dx. This is left. Okay. Now here I can write as this x square plus 1 by x square plus x by 3 plus 1 by 3. How can we write? If you observe the first two terms, x square plus x by 3, here we can write it as a plus b whole square form. Okay, then how can you write that? Because here we have only 2 terms are there. But in a plus b whole square, we need 3 terms. Yes or not? So here we write it as x square plus, here the next term should be 2ab term. So 2 into x into, here a is x. Okay, so here what should be the b term? How much should be b so that we get x by 3 here? This term should not change. Okay, so 1 by 6. If I write here 1 by 6, if I take it here 1 by 6, then what do I get? Let us see here. 2 1s are 2 3s is cancelled. So what is left? X by 3 is left. So this term is not changing. Yes. So here in place of b, we can take it as 1 by 6. Okay. Now what is the next term? This is x square, a square plus 2ab. Next term should be b square. That is 1 by 6 whole square. That is 1 by 36. Minus, because here the 1 by 36 is not there in our given function, which is the extra term. So whatever, that means that this term will imbalance our equation, our expression. Is or not? So to make it balance, what we should do? So we have to subtract also. 1 by 36, when you are adding, immediately we have to subtract. So what is the next term? Plus 1 by 3 into dx. Clear? So now from here to here, first one, second term, third term. From here to here, we can write it as a plus b whole square. That is 1 by 3 into integral 1 by x plus 1 by 6 whole square. Is it clear? Minus 1 by 36 plus 1 by 3. So when I take LCM, what is LCM here, children? So minus I am taking common here. That is 36 is the LCM. 1 minus here how much? 12, 3 12s are 36. Clear? Into dx. So which is equal to 1 by 3 into integral 1 by x plus 1 by 6 whole square. 1 minus 12 is minus 11. Minus into minus is plus. So it becomes now plus 11 by 36 into dx. Clear, children? Now, what is our next step? If you observe here, it is in the form of x plus 1 by 6. X plus 1 by 6 whole square plus 11 by 36. So now here, what is our next step? It is our alpha. Alpha is 1 by 6. Beta is 11 by 36. Clear? So now here it should be taken. What is the next step? The x plus alpha should be taken as t. We have seen in that form now. Yes. So let us see here. What can we do? Which is equal to 1 by 3 is written outside into 1 by, I'm writing that step again here, x minus, so what was the step here, children? X plus 1 by 6 whole square plus 11 by 36. Okay. X plus 1 by 6 whole square plus 11 by 36 into dx. This was our step. Okay. Now, here what I am taking here, let x plus 1 by 6 I am considering as some t. So, here if you differentiate on both sides, what we get? Differentiation of x is 1. 1 into dx is equal to constant derivative is 0 only. So, no need to write it again. Dx is equals to dt. T differentiation is 1 into dt, that is dt, which is equal to 1 by 3 into integral. In place of dx, I can take dt. That is 1 by x plus 1 by 6 is t, that is t square, plus 11 by 36 is there. So, if, for our convenience, what I am writing as is I am writing it as square form. How can you write? What is the square of 11? Means how can you write 11 as square of some number, that is root 11 whole square? Yes or not? That is root 11 by 6 is 36 is what? 6 square. So I can write this root 11 by 36 together as root 11 by 6 whole square. Isn't it? So it should be not dx, it should be dt, because our variable is here. T is our variable. So it should be written as dt. So which is equal to 1 by 3 into integral 1 by t square plus root 11 by 6 whole square into dt. So it is in which form, children? So we have a formula, integral 1 by x square plus a square into dx is equal to what? 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a plus c. Do you remember this formula? So according to this formula, we can write it as 1 by 3 is already outside, children. This formula is applicable only up to this part. Up to this part. 1 by 3 is already outside. Okay. 1 by 3 into, here 1 by a. What is a in place of a? In place of a, we have root 11 by 6. So 1 by root 11 by 6. Okay. Into tan inverse of x by a. So in place of x, we have here t. T by root 11 by 6 plus c. Clear? So now it is here. It is here. It is equal to 1 by 3 into the 6 goes up. That is 6 by root 11. Tan inverse of into, I am writing here, tan inverse of 6t by root 11 plus c. Clear? Now this is our sum. 3 ones are 3 twos are. So 2 by root 11 into tan inverse of 6t. What is our t, children? What you have taken as t? X plus 1 by 6 is taken as t. Isn't it? So in place of t, I am replacing x plus 1 by 6 by root 11 plus c. Clear? Which is equal to 2 by root 11 into tan inverse of Here, if I take LCM here, if you observe here this term, LCM is what? 6. That 6, the denominator 6, that is LCM 6 and this 6 gets cancelled. So what is left here, children? 6x plus 1 by root 11 plus 6. Understood? No, this if you take LCM here, this 6 and this 6 gets cancelled, children. So what is our final answer? 2 by root 11 into tan inverse of 6x plus 1 by root 11 plus c. So this is your solution. Is it clear, children? Understood? Now let us see here next one. Next kind of sum is evaluation of the integral of the form. Evaluation of the integrals of the form. Here we have two kinds of sums we are seeing, where the solution part is same for both kind of forms. Okay. Now the first one is 1 by integral of 1 by under root ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Second one is integral of under root ax square plus bx plus c into dx, where a, b, c are the real numbers. Okay, and a is not equal to 0. That is obviously a should not be equal to 0. Clear, children? So what is our question here? The two forms are 1 by under root of ax square plus bx plus c. And the second one is integral under root of ax square plus bx plus c. So here we have the term in the denominator and here we have the term in the numerator. But the method of solving these two forms is same. Okay. Here we have two cases, children. How to do that? Let us see here. One working rule. Case 1. So what is the case 1? If a is greater than 0. So in either of the cases, children, the first one and second one, first form and the second form, the method is same. So case 1, if a is greater than 0 and b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then we have to reduce the quadratic term ax square plus bx plus c to the form a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta. Is it clear, children? So this should be reduced to that form, and then we have to integrate. As integration part is same as how we did in the last one. Clear, children? So this is a case 1. Okay, means what here? The term a means what? X square quotient, and b square minus 4ac is what? This is a determinant. Do you remember the quadratic equations chapter? Yes. So in that these two should be verified. If it is so, then the quadratic term should be reduced to this form, and then the integration should be done. Clear? And next one is what? This is the case 1 already we discussed. And case 2 is there. That is if a is less than 0 and b square minus 4ac value is greater than 0. Okay, if a less than 0 and this is greater than 0, then we write the quadratic term ax square plus bx plus c as minus a into beta minus x plus alpha whole square. Okay, and then we integrate. So if you observe the term here, children, these two, here the beta comes next and here the beta comes first. We understand, children? Observe the difference here. If a is greater than 0, here we are getting the x term first. Whatever the x plus alpha whole square term, that comes first. And if a less than 0, then the x plus alpha whole square term comes in the second place. Clear? So these are the two cases, children. You'll understand it more clearly when you do the sums. Clear? So let us see the sum here. Evaluate integral of 1 by under root x square plus 2x plus 10 into dx. Clear? So what is the sum here, children? Evaluate integral 1 by under root of x square plus 2x plus 10 into dx. So how to solve this sum? Let us see. Integral of, so here what is our quadratic term? X square plus 2x plus 10. This is our quadratic term. So here what is a, children? In this one, what is a? A is equal to 1, b is equal to 2 and c is equal to 10. So a is equal to what? A is equal to 1. That means it is greater than 0. Yes. Now just find out b square minus 4ac, children. B square is, that is 2 square, which is 4, minus 4 into 1 into 10, which is 4 minus 40, which is minus 36, which is less than 0. So it comes under which one? Which case? Case 1 or case 2? Yes, you are right. That is, it comes under case 1. So if it is the case 1, then what you should do? This term x square plus 2x plus 10 should be reduced to the form. Okay. So how to reduce it? Let us see, children. So integral of 1 by x square plus under root of x square plus 2x plus 10 into dx. This is our question. Is equal to integral of 1 by under root. Same method what you have done in the last sum, children. X square. Here already coefficient of x square is 1 only. So no need to take anything common here. Plus 2 into x. This is 2a into b. Then what is b here? Because already here also we have 2x only. So b should be only equal to 1 only. Yes. So now here plus b square. What is b square? B square is 1 square. That is 1. So plus 1, I am adding and subtracting 1. And what is our constant given in the question? That is plus 10. Okay. Clear? So which is integral of 1 by under root x square plus 2x plus 1 is nothing but x plus 1 whole square. It is x plus 1 whole square. And what is left here? Minus 1 plus 10 is nothing but plus 9 into dx. Clear? So which is equal to, now here what we have, 1 by under root of x plus 1 whole square plus 9. This 9 I can write as 3 square, isn't it? X plus 1 here, this x plus 1 whole square plus 3 square. Clear, children? This dx. Now let us take this term again here. I am writing the expression once again. Integral 1 by under root of x plus 1 whole square plus 3 square. This was our last expression. Okay. Now here I am taking let x plus 1 I am taking as t. This is nothing but our x plus alpha whole square plus beta. Beta value is 9, children. Okay. So here when you differentiate on both the sides, what we get, differentiation of x is 1, that is 1 into dx is dx, and differentiation of t is 1 into dt, that is dt. So which is equal to integral of 1 by under root x plus 1 whole square, that is t square plus how much it is, 3 square into dx plus is dt. I am replacing dt. Now what is this here? We have a formula, integral of 1 by under root x square plus a square into dx, which is equal to sine h inverse of x by a. Sine h inverse of x by a plus c. Clear? So let us substitute according to that formula. Here 1 by sine h inverse of x. What is x here? In place of x we have t by 3. In place of a we have 3 plus c, which is equal to sine h inverse of t. What is t? X plus 1 by 3 plus c. Clear, children? Understood? Since we have taken t as x plus 1, x plus 1 is taken as t, we take it as x plus 1 by 3. Understood, children? I hope it is clear. Now this is your solution. Now the next one is evaluate integral 1 by under root of 2x minus 3x square, integral of 2x minus 3x square plus 1 into dx. Now here if you observe the term, what is here? What is our quadratic term? Evaluate 1 by under root of 2x minus 3x square plus 1 into dx. This is our question. So just I am rearranging the terms, children. 1 by under root of, first quadratic, any quadratic function, first term should be x square, isn't it? So that's why here I am writing x square term first. Minus 3x square plus 2x plus 1 into dx. Just I am rearranging the terms. Now if you observe the terms here, what is a? A is equals to minus 3. What is b? 2. C is equals to 1. So a is minus 3 means what? It is less than 0. Now what is b square minus 4ac? I am verifying the case 1 whether it comes under case 1 or case 2. Clear? So what is b square minus 4ac, children? B square is 4 minus 4 into minus 3 into 1, which is equal to 4 plus 12, which is 16, which is greater than 0. So here a is less than 0 and b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. So it comes under which case? It comes under case 2. So here what you should do now, in such case 2, what you should do? Minus 3x square plus 2x plus 1 into dx, which is equal to integral of 1 by, what you should do? You have to take that a common. Yes. So what is a here? Under root of a. What is a? Minus 3 is a. So minus 3 I am taking common. X square, when I am taking minus 3, Here this 2x becomes now, this 2x becomes plus 2x becomes minus 2x. Yes, minus 2x by 3. Clear? Next, plus 1 becomes minus 1. Because I am taking minus common there. It becomes minus 1 by 3 into dx. Clear? Now, which is equal to integral of 1 by under root of minus 3 into. Again the same method, children, because here in between the x square term and x term we have the minus sign. This should be converted as a minus b whole square. So let us try to do that. X square minus 2 into x into, how much you should have to get 2x by 3 again here. Already 2x is there. Here only required term is 1 by 3. It is nothing but here 2x by 3 minus 2x by 3. Yes or not? We got the same term here. Now that means here what is b? B is nothing but 1 by 3. So it is now plus b square minus b square. I am doing, children. Plus b square is plus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 3 into dx. Understood? Okay. So from the first 1, 2, 3 up to the 3 terms, what is the term here? X minus 1 by 3 whole square, isn't it? So here is equal to integral of 1 by under root of, how much we have taken common? Minus 3 we have taken common. Okay. X minus 1 by 3 whole square. And what are the other two terms left, children? Minus 1 by 9 and how much is there? Minus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 3 is there, isn't it? So minus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 3. So I'm taking minus common. So 1 by 9 plus 1 by 3 means LCM is 9. How much is there? 1 plus 3. Yes, into dx. So which is equal to integral of 1 by under root of minus 3 into x minus 1 by 3 whole square minus 4 by 9. Minus 4 by 9 into dx, which is equal to integral of. Now what is our next step here? Here, because we don't have the square root of negative terms, I'm sending this minus inside. So that means what here? This minus 4 by 9 terms becomes positive, and this positive x minus 1 by 3 whole square term becomes negative. So this comes first and this goes next. Clear? So this 3 I'm keeping here only, and I'm sending that minus term inside, so that it becomes 4 by 9 minus x minus 1 by 3 whole square. Clear, children? So why I am doing like this? Now I can send this 1 by root 3 outside as a constant. 1 by root 3 I am sending outside. 1 by under root of 4 by 9 I can write as 2 by 3 whole square. 2 by 3 is 3, children, minus x minus 1 by 3 whole square into dx. Clear? Now it is in which form? Under root of. It is in the form of So it is in the form of 1 by root 3 into integral of 1 by, 1 second, children. Okay. So here what is our formula? We have integral of 1 by under root of a square minus x square dx is equal to, what is our formula? Sine inverse of x by a. Sine inverse of x by a plus c. Yes, do you remember that? Yes. So now let us substitute according to that formula here. 1 by root 3 is a constant which is outside into sine inverse of x by a. What is x here? So here, children, we can in the last terms we have solved it as x minus 1 by 3 we have taken as t, then converted to dt t in terms of t, then we did that. Yes, so we can do that, or else directly, because anyway if you take this term as t, this dx becomes dt and this becomes t square. Yes or not? So directly also we can do, children, nothing wrong in that. So here in place of x we have x minus, we have here x minus 1 by 3. Okay, by a. What is a? 2 by 3. Okay, plus c. Now which is equal to 1 by root 3 into sine inverse of, here the LCM is what here? 3 is the LCM. 3x minus 1 by 2 plus c, because here in the denominator also we have a 3, and here in the numerator if you take the LCM we get a 3 as the denominator. So this 3 and this 3 gets cancelled, children. So what is left? 3x minus 1 by 2 is left. So what is our answer? 1 by root 3 into sine inverse of 3x minus 1 plus, by 2 plus c. Is it clear, children? So I hope you understood it. So now next sum is, let us see the another form is also there now. So evaluate integral of 3 plus 8x minus 3x square into dx. So what is our solution, children? Let us see. So now here it is in the form of under root of ax square plus bx plus c. But here that it is not in the proper order. So let us first rearrange the terms here. What is our given sum? Integral of under root. I'm rearranging the terms here. That is minus 3x square plus 8x plus 3, okay, into dx. This is our sum. So for this kind of sum, what you should do, children? Again the method is same, integral under root, because if you observe, a is what? Minus 3. A is less than 0. Yes. So it comes under case 2. Comes under case 2. So I'm taking minus 3 common here. I'm taking this minus 3 common. So what is left here? X square minus, because I'm taking minus also common, minus 8x by 3 minus, here what is left? 1. 8x by 3 minus 1 into dx. Is it clear, children? Because already here 3 is there. If you take this 3 common, minus 3 common, you get here only 1 only. Okay. Now, which is equal to integral of under root minus 3 into x square minus 2 into x into, now how much you should have here in place of b, so that we get here 8x by 3. Here already 2 is there, means here to get 8 we need to have here 4, yes, by 3. So it is nothing but 8x by 3. Clear? Now that means here what is b now? 4 by 3 is your b. Then b square term should be 16 by 9 minus 16 by 9 plus b square minus b square. And what is the other term we have? Minus 1 into dx. Clear? Which is equal to integral of under root minus 3 into, from here to here the third term, up to the third term we have a minus b whole square form. That is x minus 4 by 3 whole square. X minus 4 by 3 whole square minus, what is this term? Minus 16 by 9 minus 1. How much we get? Minus 16 minus 9 is minus 25. Yes. So minus 25 by 9 we get. So no need to write the bracket here, directly okay, we can do it. So it is now minus 25 by 9 into dx. This dx is outside the square root, children. Okay, which is equal to the here what I'm doing, this minus I'm sending inside now. So this root 3 can write it outside, and minus we can send inside. Clear? So square root of minus, if I send inside, this term becomes positive and this term becomes negative. That is 25 by 9 minus x minus 4 by 3 whole square into dx. Clear? So now it is in the form of square root 3 into integral under root of 5 by 3 whole square, a square term, this is minus x minus 4 by 3 whole square into dx. Clear, children? Now it is equal to root 3 into integral, what is our term? Once again let us write it, 5 by 3 whole square minus x, what is the term here, children? X minus 4 by 3 whole square. Clear? X minus 4 by 3 whole square into dx. So if you take it as t, let x minus 4 by 3 is equals to t, children. So when you differentiate on both sides, it becomes dx is equals to dt, which is equals to, see, it is not must, children. Here you can do directly also as what we did in the previous sum. Clear? Root 3 into integral of under root 5 by 3 whole square minus t square into dt. Clear? So this is a term what we get. Now we have a formula, children. Integral of under root a square minus x square dx is equal to x by 2 into under root of a square minus x square plus 1 by 2 into a square into sine inverse of x by a plus c. Remember the formula, children? Integral of under root of a square minus x square into dx is equal to x by 2 into under root of a square minus x square plus 1 by 2 into a square into sine inverse of x by a plus c. Clear? So let us substitute here. What do we have in place of a? 5 by 3. In place of x we have t. So let us write the formula here. Substitute the formula, means apply the formula. Root 3 into x by 2. What is x? X means t only. So t by 2 into under root of a square minus x square, that is 5 by 3 whole square minus t square plus 1 by 2 into a square. What is a square? 5 by 3 whole square, that is 25 by 25 by how much we have? 9. 25 by 9 into sine inverse of x by a. What is x? T. T by a is nothing but 5 by 3. Okay, plus c, which is equal to root 3 into t by 2. What is t, children? T is nothing but, let us replace t here, x minus 4 by 3. X minus 4 by 3 by 2 into 5 by 3 whole square, that is 25 by 25 by 9 minus x square, t square. What is t? T is nothing but x minus 4 by 3. X minus 4 by 3 whole square. X minus 4 by 3 whole square plus 1 by 2 into that is 25 by 18. It is 25 by, I can write it as 25 by, it is 25 by 18 into sine inverse of, this 3 goes up, that is 3t. 3 into x minus 1 by 4. T, in place of t, I am replacing x minus, sorry, 1 by 4. It is not 1 by 4, x minus 4 by 3. It should be x minus 4 by 3. X minus 4 by 3. Okay, plus c. Clear, children? So now what is our next step, children? Here root 3 into, here if you take here LCM, 3x minus 4 by, this 3 comes down, it is 6. 3x minus 4 by 6 we get. Clear? Into under root of 25 by 9 minus, so let us do it in the next slide, is equal to root 3 into, so what is our next step, children? What is our next step? 3x minus 4. We have taken that LCM. There it is 3x minus 4 by 6 we got into under root of 25 by 9 minus 3x minus 4 by, what is the denominator? 3. When you take the LCM, the 3 comes down. Whole square. Okay. So what was the previous step, children? Once again, let us see. 25 by 9 minus 3x minus 4 by 3 whole square. Up to here we wrote plus 25 by 18 into sine inverse of 3 into plus 25 by 18 into sine inverse of 25 by 18 into sine inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5. 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c. So let us once again check it, children. 3x minus 4 by 3 into 3x minus 4 by 3, children. 3 gets cancelled here. Okay. One second, children. Here t by x. Here, if you observe here, sin inverse of t by 5 by 3 is there. This 3 goes up 3t by 5. Here we have 5, children. Okay. So here sin inverse of 3 into 3x minus 4. The 3 and 3 gets cancelled and the denominator 5 is left. Here. So which is equal to root 3 into, just I am simplifying here, this root 3 I am sending inside, root 3 into 3x minus 4 by 6 is there. So 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Yes, isn't it? So here under root of, here what we get, children, 3 square is 9. So if you take the LCM, 9 is the LCM. 25 minus 3x minus 4 whole square we get the numerator. Okay. Plus root 3 into 25 by 18, I can write it as 3 into 6. Clear, children? Into sin inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c, which is equal to, here we can write this 3 as root 3 into root 3. So 1 root 3 gets cancelled, children. That is 3x minus 4 by 2 root 3 is left here. Clear? Into under root of 25 minus, here if you expand this, what we get, 9x square plus 16, plus into minus is plus 16 minus 2 4s are 8, 8 3s are 24. So minus 24x by 9 plus, here also we can write this 3 as root 3 into root 3. So 1 root 3 and root 3 gets cancelled. So what is left? 25 by 6 root 3 is left. Okay. Into sin inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c. Okay. Which is equal to 3x minus 4 by 2 root 3 into under root of 9 is 3, children. So that 3 comes outside here. So that 3 into this 2 is 6. I can write here directly 6. You understood now how we got 6 here? Here square root of 9 is 3. The 3 comes here. 2 into 3 becomes 6. Under root of 25 minus 9x square, minus into plus is minus 16. Minus into minus is plus 24x. Okay. Plus 25 by 6 root 3 into sin inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c. So here what is the next step? Last step of our sum is 3x minus 4 by 6 root 3 into under root of, what we get here, minus 9x square, minus 9x square plus 24x. 25 minus 16 is how much? 9 plus 9. Okay. Plus 25 by 6 root 3 into sin inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c. Okay. Now here in the 3 terms here we can take what we can take common, children? 3 can take common. So that root 3 you can take common. So it becomes root 3 comes outside. That root 3 and root 3 gets cancelled. So what is our final answer, children, here? So in the denominator 3x minus 4. One second, children. Next, let us move on to the next one. root 3 into 1 second, children, hold on. It is some technical problem is there. 1 second, hold on. So what is the next step, children? 3x minus 4 by 3 equal to here only I can write. Last step, children, here 3x minus so it is now 3x minus 4 by ma'am, some technical problem we are getting, ma'am, here. 1 second. This I'm unable to write here. So which is equal to here, children, 3x minus 4 by, so what you are getting here, children, 3x minus 4 by 6 root 3 into this, if I take common here, what we get here, children, 3 is taken common, that 3 if I take common, this minus 8x, minus 3x square plus 8x plus 3, yes, isn't it? So it is minus 8x square plus, sorry, minus 3x square plus 8x plus 3. So this is the term what we get, plus 25 by 6 root 3 into sine inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c. Is it clear, children? So children, here if you see here that root 3 term gets cancelled here, children, because this root 3 comes outside. So what is our final answer left? 3x minus 4 by 6 into this term plus 25 by 6 root 3 into sine inverse of 3x minus 4 by 5 plus c. So this last step you can conclude in your notebook, children. Is it clear? So this is your solution, children. I hope you understood all the different forms of sums today, whatever we have learned here. So let us once again see one more important one here. One more form is there. This is evaluation of the integrals of the form 1 by ax square plus bx plus c. Okay. So if this is the form, then how can you do that? So now here these are the terms what we have discussed, 1 by ax square plus bx plus c, and here we have to substitute, we have to reduce that into a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta. This is nothing but a plus b whole square form. Here if we have a minus sign, this will be x minus alpha whole square. Clear? So then we can substitute x plus alpha is equals to t. It is not must, children, we can directly do also do in the means by taking this x plus alpha directly as the solution, or else we can first convert it to t and then we can replace back to x. Clear? Either of them we can do. And the next thing what I have seen here in today's session, these are the two forms we have In these two forms, we have the two different cases we have, children. One is case 1. If a greater than 0 and b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then what we do? This ax square plus bx plus c is reduced to the form a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta, and then we integrate. Clear? And the case 2 is if a is less than 0 and this is discriminant value, that is b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then we write ax square plus bx plus c as minus a into beta minus x plus alpha whole square. Clear? And then we integrate. Clear, children? So these are the different forms what we have seen in today's session. I hope you understood them clearly. So do the sums which I am going to give for the practice session. So let me give the sums here, children. First question is evaluate integral dx by 4x square minus 4x minus 7 into dx. This is the first one, which comes under 1 by ax square plus bx plus c form. And the second one is evaluate integral under root of 1 plus 3x minus x square dx. And third one is evaluate 1 by under root of 5 minus 2x square plus 4x into dx. So these are the three questions which I am giving you. Do the sums, children. Do more practice. So enjoy your day, children. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Children,
Thank you.
I think you have understood whatever ma'am has said. If you have any further doubts, once again revisit the session, prepare your own notes and practice more problems. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.